ओम वक्रतुंड महाकाय सूर्यकोटिसमप्रभ निर्विघ्नं कुरु मे देव सर्वकार्येषु सर्वदा। सरस्वती नमस्तुभ्यं वरदे कामरूपिणी विद्यारम्भं करिष्यामि सिद्धिर्भवतु मे सदा। गुरवे सर्वलोकानां विषये भवरोगिणां निधये सर्वविद्यानां दक्षिणामूर्तये नमः। ईश्वरो गुरुरात्मेति मूर्तिभेदविभागिने व्योमवद्व्याप्तदेहाय दक्षिणामूर्तये नमः। सदाशिवसमारम्भां शङ्कराचार्यमध्यमाम् अस्मदाचार्यपर्यन्तां वन्दे गुरुपरम्पराम्। गुरुर्ब्रह्मा गुरुर्विष्णुः गुरुर्देवो महेश्वरः गुरुः साक्षात् परं ब्रह्म तस्मै श्रीगुरवे नमः। ॐ सहना भवतु सहनौ भुनक्तु सह वीर्यं करवावहै तेजस्विनावधीतमस्तु मा विद्विषावहै। ॐ शान्तिः शान्तिः शान्तिः। We can repeat after me. वासुदेवेन्द्र योगेन्द्रं अत्वा ज्ञानप्रदं गुरुं
देवेन्द्र योगेन्द्रं ज्ञानप्रदं गुरुं
मुमुक्षूणां हितार्थाय तत्त्वबोधोऽभिधीयते।
मुमुक्षूणां हितार्थाय तत्त्वबोधोऽभिधीयते।
Okay. I'm skipping other texts, other sentences, going to Atmakaha. Atmakaha.
Atmakaha.
स्थूल सूक्ष्म कारण शरीरात् व्यतिरिक्तः
स्थूल सूक्ष्म कारण शरीरात् व्यतिरिक्तः
पंचकोशातीतः सन् अवस्थात्रय साक्षी सच्चिदानंद रूपः सन् यः तिष्ठति स आत्मा स्थूल शरीरं किम् पंचीकृत पंचमहाभूतैकृतम् तत्कर्मजन्यं सुखदुःखादिभोगायतनं शरीरम् अस्ति जायते वर्धते विपरिणमते अपक्षीयते विनश्यति इति।
अस्ति जायते वर्धते विपरिणमते अपक्षीयते विनश्यति इति।
षड्विकारवत् एतत् स्थूलशरीरम्
तद्विकारवत् एतत् स्थूलशरीरम्
सूक्ष्मशरीरं किम्
सूक्ष्मशरीरं किम्
अपञ्चीकृत पञ्चमहाभूतैकृतम्
अपञ्चीकृत पञ्चमहाभूतैकृतम्
सत्कर्मजन्यं सुखदुःखादिभोगसाधनम्
सत्कर्मजन्यं सुखदुःखादिभोगसाधनम्
पंच ज्ञानेन्द्रियाणि पंच कर्मेन्द्रियाणि पंच प्राणादयः
पंच ज्ञानेन्द्रियाणि पंच कर्मेन्द्रियाणि पंच प्राणादयः
मनश्चैकं बुद्धिश्चैका एवं सप्तदश कलाभिः सह
मनश्चैकं बुद्धिश्चैका एवं सप्तकलाभिः सह
यत् तिष्ठति तत् सूक्ष्मशरीरम् कारणशरीरं किम्
कारणशरीरं किम्
अनिर्वाच्य अनादि अविद्यारूपम् शरीरद्वयस्य कारणमात्रम् सत्स्वरूपाज्ञानम् निर्विकल्पकरूपम् यदस्ति तत् कारणशरीरम् अवस्थात्रयं किम् जागृत् स्वप्न सुषुप्ति अवस्थाः जागृत अवस्था का श्रोत्रादि ज्ञानेन्द्रियैः शब्दादि विषयाः ज्ञायन्ते इति यत् सा जागृत अवस्था स्थूल शरीर अभिमानी आत्मा विश्वः इति उच्यते
स्थूल शरीराभिमानी आत्मा विश्व इत्युच्यते
विश्व that is a technical word, is important to be remembered. स्थूल शरीर अभिमानी आत्मा स्वप्नावस्था का इति चेत् जागृत अवस्थायां यत् दृष्टं यत् श्रुतं तज्जनित वासनया निद्रा समये यः प्रपञ्चः प्रतीयते सा स्वप्नावस्था सूक्ष्म शरीर अभिमानी आत्मा तैजसः इति उच्यते तैजस ततः सुषुप्ति अवस्था का अहं किमपि न जानामि सुखेन मया निद्रा अनुभूयते इति सुषुप्ति अवस्था कारण शरीर अभिमानी आत्मा प्राज्ञः इति उच्यते So I am skipping all these Panchamaya, I mean this Annamaya. Then because we cannot chant the whole text, it will take time. So Atma Tarjiktaha Satchidananda Rupaha सत् किम् कालत्रयेऽपि तिष्ठति इति सत् चित् किम् ज्ञानस्वरूपः Okay, now you can mute your mic. Yes, thank you. So we have discussed in detail on the topics Sat and Chit. Up to this we saw Sat and Chit was the last topic we discussed in the previous classes. To recall what we saw, what we discussed in the previous classes on Sat and Chit. What is Sat? Kalatrayepi tishtati iti Sat. Kalatrayam, that what exists in all the three periods of time, that is Sat. Kalatrayepi yaha akalpita atma tishtati tat eva Sat. This Sat is abhaditam, non-negatable reality. That which gives existence to everything is Sat. So, Atma alone is Sat. If at all if there is any non-negatable reality, it can only be Atma. Anything you name in the Jagat, they are all subject to negation, either in terms of time or place or objects. Kala, Desha, Vastu. So, and therefore, that which is a non-negatable reality, what is that? It can therefore only be Atma, and Atma alone is Satyam. Atma is Sat, Sat Atma, Sadatma. We have discussed enough on Sat in the previous classes, so therefore I don't want to repeat what we already know. I assume that you all remember and know what we discussed in the previous classes. So, then comes Chit. What is Chit? Chit is Jnana Swarupa. Jnanam means knowledge or consciousness. We can use knowledge or consciousness, both are fine. Consciousness is knowledge, they are same. Knowledge of anything, any vastu, it is because of consciousness, Chaitanya. Chaitanyam is Jnana Swarupa. The nature of ocean is water. So water and ocean, they are not different. Essentially, they are same. Similarly, the nature of Chaitanya is Jnana, knowledge, consciousness. So they are not different. Atma is consciousness. And therefore, it cannot be different from consciousness. Chaitanyam or Jnanam, it is a Swarupa of Atma. And this Chaitanya Atma, it is not available for objectification. That which objectifies everything, and that itself is non-objectifiable and non-negatable, abhaditam, that is Chaitanya Atma. Up to this we saw in the previous class. So now comes the next topic, Ananda, that which we have to discuss. So you can repeat after me. Anandaha kaha Sukaswarupaha Evam Satchidananda Swarupam Svatmanam Vijaniyat. Sorry, that sentence I have not typed, that's why I'm not showing it. Evam Satchidananda Swarupam Svatmanam Vijaniyat. After this is the discussion of Satchit Ananda Atma. Okay, now you can mute your mic. Anandaha kaha. What is Ananda? Sukha Svarupaha. Ananda is of the nature of Sukham. Sukha Svarupaha. This Sat Chit Ananda. This is not something like an object which is located anywhere outside in the Jagat to be reached at. It is not an object. Ananda is not an object. Ananda, in fact, it is not a swarupam of any object. Therefore, you cannot buy it from the market. If you want Ananda, happiness, you cannot order for it in Amazon because it is not available as an object. Through object available in the Jagat, what you get is Ananda. And that is a Vishayananda. Ananda which is derived from Vishaya. Vishaya means sense objects. And the Ananda, what we derived from the sense objects in the Jagat is Vishayananda. And we know that Ananda, that type of Ananda is subject to change, Vikalpa. And therefore it is Anityam, not Shashvatam, not permanent. The Ananda of any object, you name it in the Jagat, it is not intrinsic to the object. Really speaking, the objects cannot give Ananda. Because Ananda doesn't belong to any object. The Ananda which we seem to derive from the object is because of the enjoyer. It's because of the enjoyer, not because of the objects. Really speaking, there is no object or person who is a perennial source of Ananda. Ananda from any object or person or situation is purely subjective. It cannot be objective. In this context, we are not talking about that type of Ananda. The Ananda, what we are talking about now, in this context, it is not Bhagyananda. It is not Vishayananda. All Vishayanandas are Bhagyananda. Bhagya means outside. Ananda means happiness. So Bhagyananda means external happiness. All external happiness, Bhagyanandas are Vishayanandas. That Ananda is not my intrinsic nature. It is not my Swarupa. It is not my nature. What we talk here is Swarupa Ananda, Brahmananda. The Ananda which is the Swarupam of Brahman. Brahman is Atma. Yashti Drishtya Atma. And Samashti Drishtya it is Brahman. That is, from the individual point of view, it is Atma. From the viewpoint of totality, it is Brahman. Brahman is Ishvara. Brahman is Ishvara or Bhagavan. It's all same. Since I am not different from Brahma in essence, and the Swarupam of Brahma is Ananda, my Swarupam is Ananda. The Swarupam of Atma is Ananda, Atmananda. Therefore, Agam Swarupena Atmananda, Swarupananda. There is a Swami with the name Swarupananda. The meaning of the word Swarupananda is that the Swarupam of that Swami is Ananda. In fact, all the Swamis, they have the word Ananda appended to their name to indicate that Ananda is that Swarupam. For example, Vivekananda. What is Vivekananda? Vivekaha cha aso anandaha, Vivekananda. It is a compound. Karmadhara samasa, we say in Sanskrit. And Aksharananda is it. Aksharananda is Aksharaha cha aso anandaha, Aksharananda. Dayananda. Dayacha aso anandaha, Dayananda. That is, he is Daya, he is compassion, and he is Ananda. So the word Ananda suggests that the person has discovered one's own essential nature, Swarupa. That Ananda is not a borrowed Ananda. Atmananda is not Agantukam. Atmananda doesn't come and go because it is the swarupam of oneself. If Ananda is located outside, any amount of Ananda you borrow, that will not make you limitless. Because Ananda borrowed from the external world is always limited. Since the sense objects, Shabda, Sparsha, Rupa, Rasa, Gandha, and the senses, Shrotam, Mukha, Chakshu, Rasana, Granam, since they are all limited, Ananda derived from sense objects by senses, they also will be limited. There cannot be limitless experience of Ananda. If at all there is Ananda, it cannot be anything other than me. It cannot be anything other than my Swarupam. Therefore, I am that Swarupam, Sukha Swarupam. And therefore, Atma is Nitya Sukham, Niratishaya Sukham. Therefore, Satchit Ananda is oneself. In fact, we should say, it is myself. It is my Swarupam. I am Satchit Ananda. So this discovery of the fact that I am Satchit Ananda is Jnanam. That Jnanam alone removes samsara and gives me moksha. For samsara vichedanam and for moksham, this Jnanam alone is the means. So Sat Chit Ananda. Here the Sat and Chit, they are the reality words, the words which denotes the reality. And Ananda is a Purushartha word, because we are all interested in Ananda. The word Ananda is generally, you will find translated as happiness or bliss. In some books you will find Satchit Ananda being translated as absolute existence, absolute consciousness, absolute happiness or bliss. In fact, it is not the correct translation. The translation of Sat as existence and Chit as consciousness is fine. There is no problem in that. But there is some aruchi in translating Ananda as happiness or bliss. That bliss be in capital. If you analyze the nature of Ananda, you will find that Ananda is completeness, wholeness. It is Purnatvam. That is why it is better to translate it as wholeness, Purnatvam. Because this bliss or happiness, it is an experiential word. Therefore, it is subject to variation in terms of intensity and degree. Let us analyze the experience of happiness. When there is an experience of happiness, Sukhanubhavam, the difference between the subject and the object, it reduces during the moment of fusion between the subject and the object. For example, if you take Laddu, Tirupati Laddu, and assume that you like Laddu, you are fond of Laddus. As long as there is Laddu outside, you don't derive any happiness. Why? Because the subject and the object are different. Laddu is outside, and as long as Laddu is outside, you don't experience the sweetness of Laddu. You don't enjoy the Laddu. Therefore, no happiness. When the Laddu enters your mouth, when you eat, the moment it enters your mouth, that is the time of fusion. So the subject you and the object Laddu, it has become one now. And there is Ananda. So in any experience of the happiness from the sense objects, there is subject-object fusion. Therefore, happiness is an experiential word. It implies subject-object and the fusion between the two. Any experiential happiness is limited by subject, object, time, place, and all the other factors. And also it is momentary, anitya sukham. As Bhagavan Krishna says in the Gita, anityam asukham loke yamam prapya bhajasvamam. You have seen in the Gita, The Gita 9th chapter it comes. But here, in Satchit Ananda, we are not talking about any particular experience. Any particular experience, any particular sukham, happiness, it is conditioned by time, place and other factors. They are not my nature. They are not my swarupi. They are agama payinaha, anityaha. Agama payinaha means it comes and goes. Anityaha, impermanent. What we are talking is Swarupa Ananda, the very nature of me, which is completeness, wholeness, purnatvam. There is no second thing to limit me. There are not other things to make me feel small because I am the whole. Aham Purnaha. That is the teaching of Vedanta. And that teaching has to be internalized. Please understand this Vedanta is a pramanam. The knowledge of Atma being Sat Chit Ananda, it is not available for any means of knowledge. It is Apurusheya Vishayam. Shastram is the only way, is the only means of knowledge. Shastram is Pramanakam. It is Rameya Vishaya of Shastram is Brahman Atma. You cannot know this fact from any other means of knowledge. Therefore, it is Apurusheya Vishaya. Some may doubt whether it is a speculation or imagination of human minds. It is not. Vedas are Shabdatmakam, and these Vedas were received by the Rishi. They were revealed to the Rishi by Bhagavan, Ishvara. Therefore, we need a lot of Shraddha to understand this. And we should allow the Pramanam to do its job. Important thing to be understood, when we operate the Pramanam, we don't have any free will in operating the Pramanam. The Pramanam reveals the object as it is. Swamiji used to say in the class, we will show a pot and will ask us to look upon the pot as a flower. You cannot see a flower as a pot. When you see a flower with your Chakshut Pramanam, with your eyes, it is a flower. You cannot use any amount of your free will to look upon the flower as a pot. It is not possible. Because when you operate your Chakshut Pramanam, for example, your free will is totally surrendered. You don't have any choice to look upon the flower as a pot. Because the moment you open your eyes and see the object, and you see it as a flower, it is not a pot. So there is no free will involved. There is no Purushartha involved in seeing the flower as a pot. The Pramanam, that Chakshu, when it sees the object, flower, the object reveals itself when Pramanam is in operation, and that is called surrender. In fact, that is Sharanagati. And Veda being a Pramanam, and Pramanaka Vishayam being Brahma, and for this knowledge to take place, we must allow the Pramanam to do its job. That is why, while listening to Vedanta, one must completely surrender, completely be attentive, and set aside all the other things. You cannot do multitasking while doing Shravana. You have to be fully awake at the same time, submit yourself totally to the Pramanam. And Pramanam is Shabdatmakam. It is in the form of words, sentences. Therefore, let the Pramanam do its job. So, Satyam Jnanam Anantam Brahma. It is the Vakya, it is statement of Shastram. Shastram says, Brahman is Satyam, Brahman is Jnanam, Brahman is Anantam. Satyam Jnanam Anantam Brahma, Yo Veda Nigitam Vivayam Parame Vyoman. Taittiriya Upanishad. It says, from the individual point of view, it is Sat Chit Ananda Atma. Atma is Sat, Atma is Chit, Atma is Ananda. When we say Satyam Jnanam Anantam Brahma, that all the words in the sentence, you see, Satyam Jnanam Anantam Brahma. All the words Satyam Jnanam Anantam, they are in the same vibhakti, Pratama vibhakti. Even Sat Chit Ananda Atma, there also. Sat, Chit, Ananda, three words are there, and Atma is there. They are all in the same vibhakti, Pratama vibhakti. Satyam Jnanam Anantam Brahma, Satchit Ananda Atma, they are not different. One is Yashti, other one is Samishti. Both are same only. So if you take this sentence, Satyam Jnanam Anantam Brahma, Satyam is Pratama Vibhakti, Jnanam is Pratama Vibhakti, Anantam is Pratama Vibhakti. So Brahma is also Pratama Vibhakti. So the Satyam, Jnana, Anantam, these three words, they seem to qualify Brahma. For example, when we say, this is an example given by Bhashyakara himself in the Taittiriya Upanishad. When we say, fragrant blue lily flower, fragrant blue lily flower, Neelagandha Uttalam. So here the word fragrant and the blue, it qualifies the lily. So this fragrant and blue, they are adjective to lily, Visheshana. And what is the Visheshya? It is lily flower. So the Visheshanas are the qualifier qualifying the Visheshya, that is substantive. In Satyam Jnanam Anantam Brahma, is it like that? No, it is not. Because it is the Lakshana, it is a definition. In fact, definition also is not the right word for Lakshana, it is Lakshana. Satyam, Jnanam, Anantam, they are the Lakshanam of Brahma, not the Visheshana. Though they are in the same Vibhakti, but they are the Lakshanam of Brahma, not the Visheshana. When I say fragrant blue lily flower, there are many flowers, and out of them, I want to point at the lily flower. And lily flowers are also of various types and colors. Some may be more fragrant and some may be, it could be a plastic flower also. May not be a real flower, or it could be a real flower. Therefore, you have to distinguish the lily flower in terms of fragrance, color from other flowers, including other lily flowers. Therefore, we use the Visheshana. Adjectives are important to qualify the lily flower. But in the case of Brahma or Atma, both being the same, there is no such thing. Because Brahma is limitless. Ananta, the word Ananta is a Satyam Jnanam Ananta, limitless. It is not conditioned by Desha Kala Vastu. Desha Kala Vastu Aparichinnaha Brahma. And therefore, Brahma being limitless, it cannot be two. There cannot be two Brahman. Or there can be more than one Brahman. There is no second Brahma to qualify the Brahman. Therefore, the Satyam Jnanam Anantam, they are not the Visheshanas, they are the Lakshanam of Brahma. I hope you follow me. Similarly, Satchit Ananda Atma also. Satchit Ananda, some people may get confused, that they may think that there are the Visheshanas. They are the adjectives, attributes of Atma.
Oh, sorry.
They are the Lakshanam of Atma, which is Brahma. Brahma being Satyam Jnanam Anantam, and Atma being Satchit Ananda, unconditioned by time, place, and the object. Therefore, Anantam is, really speaking, it is Ananda. Anantam is, it is unlimited, limitless. So Anantam is Ananda, and that Ananda is not an experiential happiness. It cannot be experiential happiness. What is then? It should be the very nature of you. It is one's Swarupam, and therefore it is wholeness, Purnatvam. And this wholeness, it is not experiential. It is one's own Swarupam. Therefore, Ananda Swarupaha, Avam Ananda Swarupaha. Wholeness means what? Wholeness means that I am complete. I don't lack anything. I don't need anything to fulfill myself with any other things from the external world. As Krishna says in the Gita, Name Partasti Kartavyam Trishalokesha Kinchana Nanavaptam Avaptavyam Artayevacha Karmani. Third chapter he says. So here, Na Anavaptam Avaptavyam. I don't have to gain anything which is not gained by me, says Krishna. It means what? It means I have everything. I am complete. Aham Purnaha. In fact, we cannot be satisfied with anything other than being complete. Anything short of completeness, it is not acceptable to me. I don't want to be incomplete. That is not my nature, and that is why it is not acceptable to me. Aham Purnaha, I am complete. That is my nature, and therefore moksha is a discovery. And since it is to be discovered, it is possible. So, Ananda, therefore, it is in fact Ananta. Ananda, Ananta, they are same only. Ananda is Ananta, infinite, unlimited, unconditioned. And therefore, we can comfortably translate Ananda as limitlessness, wholeness, Purnaha. And this word, Ananda, is very important to negate the limitations in Tat and Chit. Please listen. This word Ananda is important to negate. There are certain limitations in our understanding, not in the word itself. There are certain limitations in in understanding the words, the padam, Chit and Sat. And therefore, the Ananda word is very important. If you don't know what Chit means, when you say Chit means consciousness or knowledge. It means it could be any piece of knowledge. It could be any knowledge. If I say Chit is consciousness, then one may understand Chit, the consciousness, as an attribute of something. The same way as Sat also. Sat means existence in time. That is our mindset. Sat means existence. It means what? That which exists in time. That is how our mind thinks. Anything that exists in time is understood as Sat. So the word, now this Ananda, which means Ananta, it negates our general understanding of these words, Sat and Chit. Because of the word Ananda, Ananta, Sat means that which is not in time. That which is not in time. Please listen, I will explain this. We know the word is, is. And is means that which exists in time. So when I say he is, she is, it is, it means they exist in time. All exist in time. And is not. Is not means he is not, she is not, it is not. They don't exist in time. Now in that particular form, Rupa. Therefore, is or is not or was or will be. So all these are in terms of time. Now the word is qualified by the another word, Ananta. It means what? It means it is not subject to, is not. The word Ananta, it suggests that the word is not subject to, is not. Isness is not subject to negation. Isness, that Sat is non-negatable in terms of time. That is why we defined Sat as Trikale api tishtati. Trikale api tishtati iti Sat, that which exists in all the three periods of time. And therefore it is Ananta Sat, Ananta Satyam. If it is Ananta Satyam, then why do we use a verb is? If it is not subject to negation in all the three periods of time, then why should we use the word is? We require the word is because it is, it exists. And the meaning of the word is retained. And the limitation of the word, the limitation of the meaning of the word is negated by the word Ananta. The meaning of the word, the Sat is retained, and the limitation associated with the meaning of the word, it is negated by the word Ananta or Ananda, what it may be, what the same. Therefore, Ananta and Sat and Ananda, they are They are important. So what is the limitation here? The limitation is time-bound existence. The time-bound existence is a common, well-known meaning. That meaning is negated. How do you negate? By another word. So now we can understand why the word Ananda or Ananda is important to be appended along with Sat Chit Ananda iti. So with the word Ananda or Ananta, the word Sat is now understood. And now still it will not be understood. You know why? If it is not Chit, it cannot be understood. Because it happens to be the reality of the knower. The knower comes and goes. What the knower knows, that also comes and goes. But the reality of the knower, this consciousness, Chaitanyam, Chit, it doesn't come and go. Chit is not subject to time. Therefore, it is Sat. That which is akalpitam, that which is not created or imagined, and that is, it is the content of any imagination, it is the content of creation, and that is Chaitanyam Chit. So such Chit Ananda, that is you. That is the Swarupa of you. That is the Swarupa of Atma. Therefore, this fact is, this Chit is self-revealing. It is Swayam Prakasha Chaitanyam. So being self-revealing, all that what we are doing is, we are negating what it is not. That is what we have been doing from the beginning. When we define Atma, we define in terms of Chariratrayam, Avastatrayam, and Panchakosha, and finally arrived at Atma is Satchit Ananda. Okay. Now I'll give some few points to prove, or logical points to prove that why Atma is Ananda, why it is Sukha Swarupam. See, this Atma cannot be derived from logic or Anumana or any other Pramana, because it is not the scope of any Pramana. It is only the Prameya Vishaya of Shastram. But what we are doing is, we are trying to support by logic. So I will give some few points to supporting logic. I'll give. So the number one, the dukkham or the pain, what we experience, it because of the changes in the body and the mind. The body is subject to change. We know it undergoes Shat Vikara, and so to the mind is Janma, Jara, Vyadi. All these are the modifications, all these are experiences which the body undergoes, and they are responsible for dukkham, the pain. And Atma being changeless, Atma is, it doesn't have any vikara, it is being changeless, it cannot have janma, it cannot have jara, vyadi, it cannot have the shat vikaras. So, since the change is a cause of pain, and therefore the body and the mind suffers, they are afflicted, and the change which is the cause of pain, it is not there in Atma, because Atma being changeless, it cannot have any change in terms of Janma, Jara, Vyadi, etc. And therefore, Atma should be what? It should be Sukha Swarupa. Sukham should be the nature of Atma. And another reason I'll give. In the Jagrata Avastha, we are totally identified with our Sthula Shariram. And Sapna Avastha with the Sukshma Shariram. So, when we are identified with the Sthula Shariram, Sorry, 1 minute. Can you hear me?
Yes, we can hear you. Couple of times there was some gap. I don't know if the phone call coming or something like that. Occasionally we lost couple of times few words, but we can figure it out what you're saying.
Hello.
Yes, we can hear you.
Sorry, there was some disturbance in the. So I was telling the second reason, that is, in the Jagrata Avastha, we are identified with the Sthula Shariram, and in the Sushupti Avastha, with our Sukshma Shariram. Okay. So when we are identified with the Sthula Shariram or Sukshma Shariram, and both being subject to change, there is an experience of dukkham, sorrow. And in sleep, in Sushupti Avastha, the identification with the Sthula Shariram and Sukshma Shariram is totally dropped. And therefore, the problems and the corresponding, so the associated dukkham is also not there. And in the dream also, when we are associated with the Sukshma Shariram, there also we have problems. That, but may not be as much as in the waking state, but there also we experience dukkham. And that is the dukkham, what we experience with our Sthula Shariram and Sukshma Shariram, it is totally gone in the sleep. So when you are not associated either with Sukshma Shariram or Sukshma Shariram or Sthula Shariram, and when you come to Karana Shariram, then what happens is you fall back upon yourself. In sleep you are with yourself. Therefore you enjoy Ananda. It means what? So when you are with yourself, you are enjoying, you are Ananda. You have the experience of this Ananda. At least a glimpse of this Swarupa. Whereas when you come back to the world and identify with your Shariram, again you get into Dukkha. So therefore we can infer that Sukham, that must be the nature of myself. Whenever I experience Ananda, I am with myself. So that is established. That is by Anvaya Vitireka, it is established. When I am with myself, I experience Ananda. When I am not with myself, it means what? When this I identified with our Dehari Sangata, it is not happy. So, therefore, what is the conclusion? Therefore, Atma, this Ananda is the Swarupam of Atma. I am Ananda. That is the conclusion from this Anvaya Vitireka. With Atma, I have the experience of Dukkham. With Atma, with myself, I am Anandaha, Ananda Swarupa. So Anatma is the nature of Dukkham and Atma is the nature of Sukham. Therefore, everybody is trying to be with Atma. They are trying to fall back on Atma in various ways because Atma is Sukha Swarupam and all the other things are Dukkha Swarupam. Therefore, we can say Atma is Satchit Anandaha. And I'll give another reason based on what Shruti says. Atmanastu Kamaya Sarvam Priyam Bhavati. It is a famous statement of Brihadaranyaka Upanishad. Atmanastu Kamaya Sarvam Priyam Bhavati. And this sentence also has to be understood. It is wrongly translated by some translators. It means what? I love an object or a person because I am happy in the presence of that person or object. That person or the object, if they invoke, it be pleased self in me. They invoke that pleased self in me. I don't love the other person or the object for the sake of that, because the moment the love for that object it dries up, it won't invoke the place itself in me. So therefore, the love for Atma is the maximum. Atma is the most dear to me. Therefore, it must be the source of Ananda. So my love for any object or any person is not for the sake of that person, it is for the sake of Atma. And therefore Atma must be what? Must be Sukha Swarupam, Ananda Swarupam. And another reason I will give, this fourth reason. We say Atma is Sat. Sat means that which exists. It means Atma doesn't have birth or death. It means it existed in the past, present, and future. Tirkale api tishtati. So it is not limited by time. It is not bound by time. So, and it is not bound by space also. Therefore, whatever is in all the time, is all times, they should be in all the places. Desha and Kala, since both go together. So when we say whatever is in all the time, it must be in all the places. So therefore it must be all pervading. And if it is all pervading, it should be infinite, nitya. So that we have a word in Sanskrit, Anantaha, all pervading, limitless. There is nothing to limit it because it pervades everywhere. Therefore, Anantaha. So such Chit Atma is Anantaha. Ananta, when we express in a positive way, it is translated as Purnam, completeness, the sense of fulfillment. The sense of fulfillment in the absolute sense. Okay. Now, suppose I get a good job, and that is my desire, and my desire is now fulfilled. I got a good job. So I have a sense of a fulfillment, and that is expressed in the form of a joy. But that my desire doesn't stop with that. Another desire is waiting. It comes, and the moment it comes, and it takes away this sense of fulfillment that I have got a job, good job. That sense of fulfillment is gone. Therefore, this dukkam, this sorrow, it is because of the limitation. It is because of the limitation. That sorrow is indication. It's an indication of limitation. And this Ananda is an indication of Purnatva, completeness. Therefore, the Ananta Atma, it must be Purnaha. And if it is Purnaha, therefore it should be Sukha Swarupaha. And therefore, Anandaha is Sukha Swarupaha. That is what is Atma is. Evam, the next line, Evam Swatmanam Vijaniyat. Evam Satchidananda Swarupam Atma Vijaniyat. Evam, in this manner, Atma is Sat Chit Ananda iti Swatmanam Vijaniyat. May one know Atma as one Swarupa, as what? As Sat, that is existence, which is not subject to time, place, or object. It's all Trikaleya Tishtati, and it is Chit, Chaitanyam, consciousness, and Ananda, it is Purnaha, Anantaha, iti. So, Evam Vijaniyat. So, that is the meaning of the sentence, Evam Swatmanam Vijaniyat, iti. So, we will stop here, and the next topic will be, we will get into the creation. That we will see in the next class. Before we get into the topic of creation, we will have a short summary of what we have discussed so far. Both this how the Atma topic was introduced and how it is distinguished from Anatma. We will have a short summary, and then we will get into the creation aspect of the text. So we will stop here.
धन्यवाद.
Purnamadah Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudaccate Purnasya Purnamadah Om Shanti Hare Om Hare
Dhanyavad ji. Namaste. Here, a whole bunch of babies.
Yeah.